Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to put the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to Playtime. We got your 6 at 6. Now here's your host, Shad Turner of Veterans Unite Podcast and the People's Patriot Project. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Hey, good evening. It's Andrea Eichmann with the People's Patriot Project here, and it is Sunday, January 9th. We are coming at you live with We Got Your 6 at 6, the People's Patriot Project, Patriot Playtime. I don't know, it's such a long name. I'm sorry, I just blew it. I was practicing in my head. Hey, we got a couple really cool guests here tonight. Chris Nobles and Aaron Curtis Owen will be our musician, and I think Mark's got some possibly inappropriate humor lined up, or appropriate. It could be appropriate. I don't know. But we are going to start our night off with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you can stand, please do so. Remove your hats and put your hand over your heart for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Boom! Hats back on, and you may take your seats. And I want to welcome you to our guest here tonight. This is amazing. We've got some serious business in the background that you guys will never know about, but new friends, new information, and new things going on. So I am going to start out with what's happening in our world right at this time. First of all, we have a friend who joins us weekly, and she is an awesome, positive energy, a supporter. She loves the show, and we consider her a friend. She considers us her friends, and she's been here nearly every week. And right now, you guys, she's not doing so well. So we ask for prayers and positive thoughts to be sent out to our friend Lois. Lois, you keep fighting, hon. We are here for you. And then we had...
we are with you.
We are with you, Peterson says. Yes. We have another family that they joined us, about a year and a half ago to do some volunteering. And they've had a rough go lately. They lost a son-in-law. And then our friend Dennis Davis, has been, he and his wife both, they struggled with COVID over the holidays, and Dennis has been in the hospital now the last couple weeks and just lost that battle. And so any of you out there that knew Dennis, I'm sorry about the news, and any of you who can, please send out some thoughts and prayers and positive vibes their way. They are good people, and they definitely didn't deserve any of that. So please keep them in your thoughts as you go through your week, as we will. So I don't mean to start the show out with all the negativity, but I wanted to get those thoughts and prayers out there while we have everyone's attention and before Mark, falls below the bar here.
Gets silly and does something inappropriate or anything like that. Well, first of all, I'd like to welcome Mr. Nobles and Mr. Owen to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. And it's so awesome to have you guys here. And we've had some amazing conversations over the last week. And we'll get more into your missions and what you're getting done into the world of veterans and not necessarily first responders in this case, but we segue. Is that part of your news update, or is that something I just threw out there right now, Miss Ike? Today is Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, and for all those that are out there who thanklessly get up, go to work. It's behind the scenes probably 98% of the time, and we've got probably 0.01% of some very unfortunate situations, but there are over 600 million first responder interactions per year. 600 million. And they don't all go right. But we thank you, brothers and sisters, that are out there on the front line. We are definitely with you, and we support all you that get up. And you know what? We hear the narrative regularly. You know what you signed up for. I say hogwash. You know what? What I had signed up for are people following the rules, following the law, and following expectations. And I just wish that that was more of what you had to deal with. And so we can't, we won't get too deep into that one. But so
can't, and we
I jumped the gun on Andrea's what's happening this week, but you got other happenings?
That was my first one, so thank you. So I just want to remind you that our military and first responders, they're on the front lines working to save lives and protect communities across the nation. And today we are focused on those law enforcement officers. Just keep in mind, they willingly serve, they make sacrifices. A couple of weeks ago, I think I shared a video and some news about what they give up over holidays and how they deal with it. And they represent us around the world. So keep that in mind. Coming up, you guys, and I bring this up only because I personally know several former military, and of course our law enforcement people are always keeping an eye on this national human trafficking. So the 11th, on Tuesday, is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. And that's to bring awareness to the icky, persistent issue of all of that human trafficking. The whole month of January has already been recognized as National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. So on Tuesday, it is specifically dedicated to this awareness of the illegal practice. It doesn't pick a race, it doesn't pick an age, it doesn't pick a gender or a height or a weight. It's icky, and it's out there everywhere. So
it is. And there's a lot of people that probably don't realize this and know this, because after we get done taking care of our brothers and sisters who we're trying to get all the way home, the human trafficking campaign is, and I hate saying our secondary, but if we don't have our heroes taken care of, we can't run and take care of others. And so that is our secondary campaign, is working in the human trafficking world. And we are fully engaged with those organizations that are looking to stop and put this to an end. And so we're going to save our own, and then we're going to go out and save others. and that's kind of the pitch.
That's very good. I got two more actually. So
Okay.
Friday is Ratification Day. So we should all be pretty excited about the United States commemoration of the ratification of the Treaty of Paris, which ended the Revolutionary War and established America as an independent nation. Long road between the conclusion of the Revolutionary War's hostilities and today, and the treaty still needed approval after the ratification day, but it was this day where the United States Congress officially declared the war to be over. So we celebrate that day. And then, of course, we have got Martin Luther King Day. Oh, something just opened. Martin Luther King Jr. Day on the 15th. And we all know the story. We all know the story. We all know why we celebrate. We all know why we pay attention. I don't get the day off anymore. So some of us have a national holiday on that one. So take some time, reflect on why we're here and how we got here. One of my favorite quotes by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is short and sweet. Hatred confuses life. Love harmonizes it. Hatred darkens life, and love illuminates it. So please love your brothers and sisters.
That's what I always thought when I was dealing with my drill sergeants, just so you know. I love my drill sergeant, and that's
hate. Don't hate. Don't hate.
Real quick, shout outs, Derek Iozio. Good to see you, brother, here on the weekly, bringing great names with great friends and great connections. I appreciate you, brother. Tammy Schroeder, always in the foxhole, taking care of us. She's got some amazing roles that she takes care of, and we greatly appreciate you, Tammy. Paul Hedstrom, comply, don't die. You are right, brother. Just take care of your business, take care of camp number one, and you don't have to worry about other people. So, live from Minnesota, and this is new stuff. I didn't even realize this. If we would have had the right narrative, we probably wouldn't have had the problems that we had a year ago. But let's go there.
Let's go there.
The nation that celebrates stability remains torn over an attack on the feet of American democracy. 1 year ago, a pro-Trump mob stormed the United States Capitol trying to overturn the results of the presidential election. Rioters battled police and ransacked the building for hours. 5 people died, and Congress later impeached the former president for inciting an insurrection. CBS's Skylar Henry is in Washington for us tonight.
If I had only known that our president was inciting. Did you hear it?
No, a lot of people couldn't hear it.
They couldn't hear it.
No, shoot.
We'll try it. We'll try it one more time.
Try it again. It's short.
Because let me.
This is our very own local news, and we love Frank.
It is our local news. We love our local news.
Thank you, Paul, for letting us know you couldn't hear. Louder.
Remains torn over an attack on the feet of American. Pro-Trump mob stormed.
Pause it.
Trying to overturn the results of the presidential election.
Okay, you gotta figure out how to do it louder. I don't know how to do it louder.
There's no doing louder.
On your own computer, maybe?
There's no doing louder.
It's just not coming
right.
across.
So
Sorry.
This is probably the blooper of 2022.
There we go.
Mr. Frank Vassalero drops the.
He incited
an erection. The president incited an erection. I wish we had a president that incited an erection because, that would save a lot of our. I don't know. Life would be a lot easier.
You would think so, but
I don't think any of those erections are happening to date right now. But we'll just move forward with that. No political conversations here, but
you know what
we
I
love
liked?
life. And
I loved that he paused for not even 2 seconds, and then he said an insurrection, and he went on like he's
good. He's a professional.
Straight face, played it right off. It was great. Yeah,
I've had a couple bump-ins with Mr. Vassalero, and I'm sure he's not the only one that's getting a couple of under the rib kind of moments here. And it's the same. Honestly, it's the same thing. What I was talking about, 600 million first responder calls a year. These guys are on camera daily, and they're human, and stuff happens, and it's funny. We get to laugh, we get to enjoy. It's funny. We're gonna poke at you a little bit, but I mean, how long have we been poking at me ever since we started the show? And I say stupid stuff all the time, and let's jab Mark a little bit. He's an easy target. So, well, we're here. It's our January 9th episode. Do you know what episode it is, Andrea?
Oh gosh, I don't. I counted it the other day, and I don't have that. No.
Yeah.
But I want to say like 79, 83.
And we've got amazing guests tonight. And here's the piece. This is what's so great about our network, because we sit there and we watch, and we tag and we look and we watch and we create conversations, and we've got a whole list of people that are interested in being on the show. And sometimes we got to force the issue with some people a little bit, in the fact that, hey, we don't have a guest this weekend. And I reached out to Chris, and he's got a business. It's not necessarily a boots on the ground mission, but let me rephrase that, because his business is a mission, and he's got a goal, and we're going to talk about those goals here in a minute. And we were struggling this week to find, and I don't know if you've been watching the show for a couple of weeks. It's the holiday season. We try not to invade people's lives. We try not to get into their business too much, and we really haven't gone out and promoted our musicians over the last couple of weeks, because it seemed like every day was either Christmas Eve, and or New Year's Eve, and all this stuff. And so, it is what it is. But Chris is like, hey, I got a guy. You got to reach out to this guy. Check him out. And I'm like, oh, well then. And this all happened, I think, what was it, Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so boom, 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 put it in place. Had conversation with both of them since Thursday, and legitimately have started building this robust relationship, which is our mission. Boots on the ground, building relationships, and going out to try and take care of those that have served. So, again, I want to welcome Chris Nobles and Aaron Curtis Owen, and both the fact that you guys have a relationship with each other and work with each other. Chris Nobles is the CEO, developer of Semper Fi Design, and I've seen him, and I keep tag, hey, you know this guy, you know this guy, you know this guy. I'm just going to drop the name, Andrew Fair, the guru of the Central, I was going to say Minnesota, Central America, Central United States, who is out there just blowing up his world with legions. And that's our connection, in a sense, only because I saw it, and we developed this. Chris Nobles, tell us about it, brother.
Yeah, that's it's just pretty amazing how we had so many different connections already, and it's great to be on the show, and I appreciate it. Yeah, we're here. We have a business called Semper Fi Design. We build websites and make videos for veterans and veteran-owned businesses and organizations, and that's exactly what we do. We we work with anybody's budget, and we just want to be able to make veterans organizations and veteran businesses that want to get their name out there, make them look a lot better online. And, sometimes people get a website design from somebody, and, they just kind of halfway do it or whatever. And maybe it looks good or it don't. However, we focus on making your image look exactly like you want it, and making it look really well, and kind of trying to, get your brand out there and help you blow up online.
I'm going to throw you under the bus, in the sense that we didn't do some of our pre-questions and such, but how many veterans versus just general world people? I mean, the difference between, there's only 6% of our country are veterans and first responders. How many many veterans first responders do you serve versus just general public?
We serve 100% of veterans, and we don't have any affiliation with any other businesses or organizations that are not veteran owned or veteran affiliated.
I mean, would you?
We would, yeah. Well, when I say not veteran owned, let me correct that. We just finished a huge project with Aiken County Sheriff's Department here in South Carolina. So we do target first responders, and we try to look out for our first responders and our police, fire, police, EMS, anybody affiliated with any first responders. I spent 10 years as a firefighter, and so not only veterans and first responders.
I love it, brother.
And if we run out of veterans and first responders, we may seek the private sector at that time.
Okay. All right. And you kind of have a small team right now, not to minimize with the word small, but how many you got working on your team right now?
We've got me and my wife, and I have one other developer and one other graphic designer I'm looking into maybe doing some work with. However, once we grow, we have a plan to scale our business and we want to hire other veterans that want to do what we do.
Just had that tickle in my throat. Didn't want to do it on the mic. So what is the big vision of Semper Fi Design? Where do you want to go with all this?
Now, with Semper Fi Design, we want to be the go-to source for web development and video marketing and video production. We feel like, we know that videos go a long way these days. Most everybody sits around watching videos at some point throughout the day. So we have a production team, and when it comes to the video side of it, and also web development team, for those projects too.
Absolutely. In podcast world, you won't see me shaking or nodding my head. I started shaking my head only because me and Chris had this conversation. I can't tell you how often I get stuck on Facebook watching reels now, just watching stupid crap people do. And some of it doesn't even make sense, but you know what? I spent 30 seconds watching it making absolutely no sense. And then I go on the very next one, watching one that makes absolutely no sense. And every once in a while you get a gem, but video is a driving. I wish I'd spend more time doing videos for us. I don't know. Andrea's going to start doing that. She's putting it on her wheelhouse to make sure that happens. And it is the Beauty and Beast show. You can decide which one is which.
Right.
It's easier if you're never behind the scenes,
Well, nice. Again, podcast world probably has a hard time differentiating between who the Beauty and the Beast is. And I'd say,
I'm always on the
Adam
back
Jones. Adam Jones from the great state of Georgia chiming in. Good to see you, brother. Founder of Feed Heroes Foundation. Always a awesome part of the family. Thanks for chiming in, brother. And
thank you for finding my glasses. I will come down one day and get those from your glasses eating couch. What the heck? Sleep couch for a night and you lose your glasses, never to be seen again. 3 months later.
Well, hang around, Chris. We'll come back and ask you a few more questions. And but I'd like to bring Mr. Owen into the picture and create a little conversation dialogue with him, because I think he's got a couple tunes lined up for us tonight.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, Mr. Mark, Miss Andrea. Hey, what up, Chris?
Hey, man.
It's great to have you guys be part of your all circle. Thank y'all for the opportunity to come on. Yes, sir.
Have you and Chris ever had a face-to-face?
This is the first time, actually. The backstory on how Chris and I met was I have a good buddy, Shannon Book, that's been on y'all's show. And we actually met going to a Slipknot concert, and we lived down the street from each other. I had a car. He had the he had the tickets, so we went and we met the band, and we had a great experience. And at that time, he was doing Rock for Recovery with Paul Delisato, and just a small community. It was right when I moved down to Texas. I did my first Silkies hike. I met Shannon, Paul, and it was like perfect timing. You know what I mean? It was a blessing. And actually, the reason why I called up Chris is because I got his information from Shannon, and I wanted to do a website for my own brand and actually take it a little bit further as far as a commitment to myself to say, hey, you know, you can do something with your music, make it a priority in your life, put a little resource towards it, and actually make it something, you know, that is a legitimate commitment. You know, it's one thing to play music in the house. It's like when I started playing music, I started playing out in just open mics. You know what I mean? It was different than playing in your garage or the house. You know, it's a different environment, and music's always been therapeutic for me. So that's how Chris and I met, was actually through Shannon. I seen his webpage and, you know, got his picked his brain a little bit, and then I reached out to Chris, and amazing dude, and he's created a logo for me and you know, somewhat of a brand identity that I can build on, and I'm super stoked with it. And it's like, it's something I've been looking for a long time. So I really appreciate it, Chris.
That's awesome.
Hey, man,
That's
that's
awesome.
what I do, man. I'm glad I could help.
Yes, sir.
Aaron, what part of Texas are you in?
I'm in League City, which is actually pretty much right between Houston and Galveston, Texas. So if you ride down 45 from Houston or go up from Galveston on 45, about halfway is League City, Texas.
So how far
It's
is
right
that
there.
from like Round Rock?
Well, it's a little bit northeast of Round Rock, and Round Rock is probably 2.5 hours or so. So you got Corpus Christi, which is like 3 hours away, and then I think Round Rock, or sorry, it's over there by Austin. I think it's about 2.5, 3 hours away.
Yeah. I'm interested in finding out all the connections we actually have with, if you're with Shannon Book, and we got Bobby Withrow, and then we've got Eric Ugelschlager, and then we've got, I mean, all these, I almost use the word gods in the veteran world. I mean, that's not the right word, but just service-driven men. And I'm excited. Me and Andrea have been down to Texas twice, and have ran just awesomeness. And so, plus we've got a very good friend, Jen Ford, Don Kurz, BJ Leggett, all from Texas, all musicians. We've been invited to the Country Music Award Texas next year at Dallas Fort Worth, and so again, we're going to get our paws on you eventually, and that's the way it works. Be prepared. You know, it's Andrea's paws are a little bit smaller than mine, and that's
a little bit,
probably a little bit more kindred than mine. But I've had no one complain about my paws on them yet.
Yeah.
Scary.
So what do you got lined up for us tonight?
I have a couple songs. It depends on how many you want me to play, but I have a few little jams that I've written over the years. If you'd like me to play those, I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
First one, and tell us the inspiration. Tell us what was behind it. Tell us what you want, the message you want us to get out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first song that I wrote, I'll probably start from the beginning. It's actually called A Perfect Day, and it's even in like the midst of chaos, you know, you like at my core, you know, I'm a Christian. So, I mean, it does, you know, my relationship with God's everything. And even go over and overseas to Iraq, and, you know, the things that you've seen, Shannon and I and another guy, Heath, who was with his Shannon in Fallujah, and we actually left our houses during Harvey, and I didn't talk to my wife for like a week and a half, and we did some search and rescue stuff, and we just got plugged into another guy named Chris White, and we found what he was doing, and we just said, yeah, let's go, man. One day we were riding in Shanna's Jeep, and the water was high, and he was like, dude, what are we doing? Let's go do something. So we actually ended up all the way out in Beaumont, and it's just, you never know where you're going to find yourself, and what sort of things you're going through, but that's really where the song started. And I wrote that song 12, 13 years ago. So I've really just kind of been coming out as far as with music and actually playing and making something. But the first one that I'll do is called A Perfect Day. And it's a story, it's definitely got a lot of content in it, which is what I love about music. You can write a story. It's different than some of the new age music. I like the old school country music that has soul to it, rock and roll, bluesy kind of stuff. And even the hip hop, the old school hip hop, not like the new stuff, because I don't really like it, but yeah, I draw from all sorts of different genres of music, and even my singing style, because in the music industry, people dub their music so much and they overload their vocals. So over the years, I've kind of just tried to emulate people's deep tracks, you know what I mean? To try to tune my voice to sound a lot deeper and a lot stronger than just a normal overdubbing of music. I think that sets me kind of apart as far as a vocal singer. But I can do the first one. If you'd mute the mic, I'm going to unplug this just in case it doesn't pick up the guitar very well. I'll go off the. Are you still picking me up?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Plug that in case I don't die, so it don't die. What's that, baby?
When are you picking up your mom?
She gets in at 9, so I'll probably leave for the airport 7:30ish. 8.
What's your hobby?
I don't know. Call my dad and find out. This one's called the tuning song, so it's not this is a bonus song. Well, that's not good. Anyway, I'm playing this song right now. You come in here and listen. Podcast is on if you want to get on it. There was a man on a journey where the land was so damn dry. Had his weapon clenched in both hands as the sweat seemed to fall from the sky. Up yonder in the distance, another sandstorm's on the rise. Took a break for his mama, took a knee, sighed and cried. I've been searching so long, happy I found you, happy I found you. Been searching so long, happy I found this song. Another moment in this mystery of a song yet unsung. Well, the power is held together by the sun. You see, the sun is in the hand of a man who is still yet to be seen.
Happy it found you. Happy it found you. Been searching so long. Happy it found him. Yeah, perfect day is when the waves begin to sway. Your golden hair gets blown away. On a perfect day, yeah, a perfect day is when I look into those beautiful eyes and you look at me. I take your hand, you hold me tight. We walk through the promised land tonight singing, oh, it's a long way down, coming down from a perfect day with you. Yeah, singing, oh no, it's a long way. Heaven knows, baby, wouldn't have it any other way. You're a long way down. Was a man on a journey where the land was so corrupt. He had his six-string clenched in both hands as the sweat seemed to fall from the lights. Up yonder in the distance, another challenge was on the rise. He took a break for his mama, family, and friends. He took a knee, started and cried. I've been searching so long. Happy it found you. Happy it found you. I've been searching so long. It's a long way down, singing, ooh, yeah, baby, it's a long way down, singing, oh no, it's a long way. Heaven knows wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, it's a long way down. Coming down from a perfect day. Anyway, that's the first one.
Wow.
I don't know how it kicked up.
That was great.
Thank you.
Lots of positive comments. Tammy says that song touches the heart. Paul Hedstrom says great voice.
Thank you very much.
That's the messages we need to hear, man. If you can find that positive, perfect day, and again, you know, if your day is not perfect, maybe reevaluate a little bit what perfect is, and it's a far cry from how bad things really could get. So,
well, I've always looked at as a perfect day is when you're breathing. You know, it doesn't matter whether you're going through, because life is like this. So you're going to be either up here one day, down here, you might be in the middle, you know, towards the, doesn't matter. It's about getting through the adversity. It's about riding that wave, whether it be at the top or the bottom, and just enjoying and learning and growing from either your mistakes or whatever. You know, don't beat yourself up over it, because life's too short to be held back from, you know, what happened last week or today or years ago. You know what I mean? It's all, me personally, I've always felt even the mistakes that I made have led me to where I'm at right now. If I wouldn't have made the decisions that I made so far, I don't think I feel like I would be sitting here with you four right now, with us four having this conversation. So you can't, I don't have regrets, you know, and I think decisions that you made, you grow from them, you know what I mean? Don't limit yourself, because everybody always beats himself up too much, you know?
Agreed.
Just roll with it. Enjoy life. Enjoy the people that are around you, and be a positive and not a negative, you know? That's my personal opinion on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kelly Mello, thank you for your comments. One of the newer people to we got your 6 at 6. Good to have you here, and thank you for your comments. I only because me and Aaron had some pre-conversation here. How long you been playing, Aaron?
Oh, he's just swapping up this.
Swap.
I got the question. I switched over. Can you get me?
Yep, we're good.
You got me? I switched over just as a little bit more personal, but and I don't know what this sounds like, but I started playing guitar. Actually, side story, my brother gave me my first guitar when I came back from Iraq in 2005, and then it sat there till about 2011, 12. I was at Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio. I just come off active duty and I played ice hockey, and that was my outlet. So I was in the IRR at that time. I did 4 years active duty. So I was 1st Medical Battalion out of Camp Pendleton and deployed in 04 and 05, and I never really found home. And my brother knew I was going through it rough, and you try to cover everything up with like me, school, relationships, whatever work or activity that I was involved in, instead of I'll deal with it later, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But it all culminated with me getting my left pinky finger cut off, and that was like an eye-opening moment for me, because on the ice rink, all my emotions, whatever it was that I was dealing with, went into that. During the day, I had my release was playing ice hockey, and I got my finger cut off in a fight, skated off with my finger, and I had been in the hospital for like 4 days, and then I was still full-time at college and got behind, and I did a minor in vocal performance at Wright State University, which is a really creative arts school. And the first day of class for guitar, which was my accompaniment, it was like, hey man, play left-handed guitar. So I've been playing left-handed guitar since 2012, and I really started playing open mics in Dayton, Ohio. The first one was at One Eye Jack's in Fairborn, Ohio, and I played all over the country, just open mics on the street, doing gigs, playing at people's houses, but nothing consistently. I've always had a job. I've always had something going on where it wasn't like I'm devoting all my time to music. Just like growing up with sports, I played every single sport that you could think of growing up. I never focused specifically on one, so same thing with music. It was like, I need to narrow myself and put some time into the music and actually make it a legitimate, business or a legitimate priority in my life, not just picking up the guitar every few days or few weeks when I get home from the plant. You know what I mean?
LJ Raspler, good to see you here. Thanks for your support and coming on. We do have a question coming from the Foxhole from Jamie Bonetto. I hope I'm saying that right. He's asking you, Aaron, what unit were you in 0405?
I was with Health Services Coordination Cell, which was short HSCC. And we worked out at Camp Takata, Iraq, and we were in the COC running resupplying convoys and patient casualty reports all over Iraq. We had 5 medical facilities. I was with 1st Medical Battalion, and 1st Medical Battalion was attached to Combat Logistic Regiment 15 out of Camp Pendleton, which was part of the 1st Marine Logistics Group. When I first got there, it was FSSG, but it's changed over the years. Now, I deployed under the HSCC, which was Health Services Coordination Cell, and we were in charge of the 5 medical facilities in Iraq, which, like Shannon was with out of Fallujah, you had Bravo Surgical Company, and they reported to us, and I was I was an 0151, so I worked behind the scenes on the computers, doing patient casualty reports, JPER sats, all that good stuff. And basically, I knew everything that was going on, everybody that was hurt and injured from 2004 August to March of 05. And like to this day, I really can't be around. My biggest thing is dry erase markers. So we had our Blue Force trackers, and I don't know how much of this is like classified or not, but anyway, anyway, I basically was with the Health Services Coordination Cell, and we were tasked with coordinating all the medical supplies that were going in and out of Iraq, as well as all the personnel, whether they were enemy combatants, civilians, you name it, foreign nationals, it didn't matter. The Marine Corps or Navy team, we take care of everybody. We go in and do our thing, and then we patch everybody up. So, you know what I mean? So I was with 1st Medical Battalion out of Camp Pendleton for 4 years, and then I worked in the S1, and then I also was part of the 11th MU, and I went from CLR 15 to CLB 11, which is Combat Logistics Battalion 11, and and that was in 07. So I pretty much stayed with 1st Medical Battalion the whole time I was on active duty. Once I hit the fleet in 04, March of 04, and then I deployed in August of 04. So a quick note on my enlistment: I actually joined 6 months before my graduation, and my birthday is March 30th. So I turned 19 right after Bush bombed Baghdad in 03 on the 29th, and I swore in April 1st, and then I left for boot camp in August, and I went to Paris Island and with Kilo Company, and then I hit the fleet in I went to Camp Johnson, Camp Geiger, and then I was there during Christmas, and then I graduated and did everything in March. I headed out to 1st Marines, and went to Camp Pendleton, and then 6 months later I deployed. So I was I turned 20, and then turned 21 when I came back. Actually, I spent my 21st birthday at Chili Fest in Texas.
That's gotta be rough.
Yeah, and the headliner I think that year was Pat Green, and I don't think I've ever had, even in the Marine Corps, that many hangovers in the same day. I was a party, but So long story short,
Texas,
1st Medical Battalion.
Love it.
Does Texas put beans in their chili?
No.
I'm from Ohio, and I grew up putting beans in my chili, so I still put beans in my chili. Yes, sir, I do.
There's a lot of people that say beans don't belong in chili.
It's a sloppy Joe at that point, I think. Honestly, I mean, there's good chili. There's good chili.
Based on the definition, no beans in chili. And I grew up with beans and chili, but
I also grew up with
think?
sweet tea. You know what I mean? And up north, people don't put any sugar in sweet tea.
That's when all the Texas musicians were up here in October. They were all begging and asking all the restaurants for sweet tea, and we're they're like, yeah, we have no idea what you're even asking for.
They just bring you more sugar packets.
Here's your sugar if you want sweet tea. What do you say, Chris? Beans and chili or not?
Beans and chili, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would, but that's
to the rules. I don't know.
Yeah, but
there's they do that. Brian Paul, good to see you. Only Satan puts beans in chili. I love it. I guess I'm
I
those
also
two and/or.
I also put noodles in them too. I put the elbow pasta in it as well.
Oh,
So it's
that's
almost
chili
mac and
mac.
cheese at that
That's
point.
chili mac there,
This is
man.
almost.
Chili
Yeah,
mac.
yeah.
And it's got the word in it, so it's got to be chili. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
No,
starts
you're
with
right.
chili.
You're right. Well, I know out east there's this. I'll call it a delicacy, but they use spaghetti noodles and they put chili on it, but there's no beans in it, and it does look like.
A three-way skyline
Oh.
chili.
Yeah, Jamie's
Yeah,
got it
yeah.
right. Here you go. It's Hamburger Helper, guys. You're making a Hamburger Helper.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So,
Yeah.
Jamie apologized earlier for sidetracking us with a question, and I want to put this out there. There is never a question. We screen all this stuff, and there's never a question. If we don't want it out there, we won't have it asked.
Yeah.
And there's occasionally something. But the thing that we have found while we're doing this is there are brothers and sisters all over the country that have served. We've had reunions on the show. We've had, I mean, Shannon Book could show up. If Shannon Book messaged me here in a second and said, "Hey, let me in," he'd be on here immediately. And that's the network we got. So, Jamie, never be sorry. If we don't want the question to ask, we won't put it up there. And we appreciate you being here, brother, and your interactions. Brian, Paul, we love having you here all the time. And just amazing network. As we're sitting here listening to Aaron's story, Chris, you being a developer, so to speak, does this help conjure ideas in how you can better serve these veterans through your product?
It does. Something we realized long ago that, you know, there's when somebody looks for some services like we offer, they kind of want to know somebody and don't want to just hand their money over to somebody they don't know if it's going to do them right or not. So I think that helps us a lot with a competitive advantage is, you know, just being a veteran and, you know, showing our work and what we can do. And, you know, especially things like this, just putting our name out there and stuff. It's, I feel like that anybody that we do business for, I want them to know that they can, you know, anything we say we're going to do, we're going to make it happen for you, and we're going to make it look good. And, you know, if you're not satisfied, we'll fix it until you are.
We typically, and just so everyone knows, we do. Yeah, you did a great job. We do this live, and then after the live, we actually have a post show, and the post show is about collaboration and how the people on screen can work together. And I'm just throwing it out there. I've already kind of thrown this with Chris. We have a project we're working on with WP3, the People's Patriot Project, called the Graphene Dome. And the Graphene Dome, for those who don't know, is how we are assembling all the boots on the ground organizations that are legitimately out there trying to help save lives. And we're looking to partner with Chris and give you guys opportunities to get those landing pages, to get those digital commercials, so to speak, your web pages, everything up to date, and all. And this is, I think, our guy right now. And we hope this. We're hoping for a very fruitful relationship in the future, and I hope that you find a value in being part of and working with the People's Patriot Project. So, Jess, Sam's good to see you, brother. Yes. So the question is, do you have a website or social media? Oh, Jeff Sam's coming in the house. We're going to look at his ceiling fan for a second until he gets put everything together. I have my show notes here, and I had everything lined up, and the smart person would have had this stuff all ready to go beforehand. But
Chris's website, is that what you're looking for?
Yep, I got her on there already.
Okay.
So.
All right, then let's get Chris's information on there. I do want to say we did just run into, this was strange timing, Chris, because a person who has been on in the past, this veteran connection is sacred to me. And I think everyone we've had on the show, you just get a feel. And there was someone out there who completely duped this guest we had in the past and kind of ran him through the ringer. And I mean, I just want to say that that's what we are here for, is to try to help people make those connections. Most of the people we know through other people, or have done business with them, or have established a connection of some sort, some way. And so there's, what's that one, Amy's List or something, like, I don't know, Amy.
Angie's List.
Angie's List, there you go. And
Oh
you
my
guys
gosh.
don't know me, you don't know Angie probably, but that's the kind of list we're trying to build up, is one of those of a trust network. So
I have
so
similar goal.
we're in a network here in Minnesota, and I no one take offense to this when I say this, but we've reached out to veteran organizations in that network, and they don't follow through, and it is what it is. There needs to be accountability, and I'll call me out for calling me out. I'm always that person. We also want to establish a group of businesses that are interested in taking care of veterans and first responders. And I'm going to say this, and again, I'm not saying this to offend anybody. My skin's in the game. I'm doing what I want to do and where I want to do it. Don't dingle, or don't say, you know what, we're here to serve our veterans and first responders. I'm going to give you a 5% discount. I'm going to give you a 10. That's not a benefit. Okay. That is a door swing. You're going to pay. And I get that's money out of your pocket. Totally get it. But you don't have a problem laying your head down at night, not worrying about who's kicking in your back door. I'm sorry. That's been bought and paid for by people who've gone and served. And you're lucky that you got to develop your business here in America with the freedoms that you've had. And again, I'm not here to knock down anyone. I'll go to good people that have zero discounts to veterans. I went into a place to buy a trailer to brand for the People's Patriot Project. And I typically, if it's for me, I never ask for the veteran discount. Never ask for it. That's for me. I believe in being a steward. But because it's a business, I got to be a steward because people are donating to help take care of us. I do ask for the veteran discount for the business. And this company that was going to sell me this $30,000 trailer, I asked them, I said, is there a veteran discount? And I was like, yeah, we'll knock $50 off. And I'm like, I can't tell you how insulting you are right now. And they were insulted that I was insulted. And I got up and I walked out. I said, don't offer a discount at all, please. If your value to the men and women who have lost their lives, and the men and women that have lost limbs, and the men and women who are fighting their demons to get back to be home with their families, if it's worth $50 to you, then don't offer it. And again, I'm not here to attack anyone, and I'm not going to be that guy, but I appreciate you, Chris. I appreciate your mission. And I just love that you're looking to give back to those that have served. Again, you're one of those guys that have gone out there and done it. You put you signed that blank check, and you're still here willing to serve. And I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Wow. Please let us know what we can do to promote you, get you out there. And that doesn't mean, Chris hasn't bought into anything with the People's Patriot Project. And if there was another veteran that came in and said, you know what, I do web design too, well, then let's have a conversation. And I'm thinking there's 40,000 veteran organizations in the United States. I think there's enough that we can feed each other and making sure that we're taking care of each other.
Okay,
Are you ready to take care of 40,000 organizations, Chris?
Hey, if we got to, that's what we got to do. We'll just have to hire more veterans.
Mm-hmm. There you go. It's a big circle. Happy circle.
Awesome. I got on my little box for a second.
Jeepers, you did, didn't you?
I know. Gosh, dang it, Peterson. Aaron, you got another one for us, brother?
Yeah, absolutely, sir. For sure. I've got plenty of tunes. The next one I do, it's fitting to elaborate. It's called Americans, Man, and it's with an apostrophe S in it, because I feel like, you know, the value of people's services and sacrifice of their family, time away from their family, their free for the freedoms that we enjoy in this company. It's a privilege, like you said earlier. It's not just a right, you know. That's from the very foundation of our country's founded on is the sacrifices and the willingness of people like you and the guys and gals that are on this podcast laying their life down so that others can prosper from their sacrifice. So a brother and a sister can live freely and have the things that we have, you know. And it's not just a song for veterans. It's a song for your law enforcement, your firefighters, the people that are sacrificing their time in civil service and all that good stuff. You know, it's not just limited to veterans, you know. Am I still getting picked up? Cool. I'm going to disconnect again, but it's called Americans, Man.
Still got me on the mic? And this song I wrote for my grandpa while he was dying, and he was a 50 cal gunner in France. Watch him as he fades away, 50 cal gunner in France one day. Shrapnel caught him in his shoulder blade. Then when he got home, New York City, pretty young thing said, "Jan, can you do anything for me, baby? You already know. 'Cause I'm an American's man, that's what I am. Fought free in a foreign land. Scattered across this great old land, an American's man, protecting our street, running to a falling down building when you're screaming. Well, at 19 years old, I was on my own. Only thing I knew was a combat zone. Paris Island was my new home. Ooh, while toting a gun, Iraq son, I considered myself lucky one. But my mind is still in a combat zone. Oh no, I'm America's man, that's what I am. We fought free in a foreign land. Man, they're scattered across this great old land. And Americans, man, they'll protect our street, or run into a falling down building when you're screaming. Will you be by my side when the veteran starts to cry? The government wants to cut our benefits, oh yeah. Well, my buddies, they are so lost and they'll be on their own, filling institutions and these streets, homeless and what I am. Lombard Providence made me a man, but my mind is still in a combat zone. And Americans, man, they'll protect our street. We're running to a falling down building when you'll scream, man. Oh, an American. An American's man, that's what I am. We fought for you in a foreign land. Man, they're scattered across this great old land. An American's man, they'll protect our street. Running to a building when you fight, screaming for your life, anything goes crazy. Yeah, an American's man. An American's man. Hoorah, an American's man. That's Americans, man. Rock on. I
Out.
don't know if you picked it up. I don't know. Just letting her rip. So not really sure how it's picking up. I hope it's picking up good. So
Bless you, Jamie Bonetto. You're always welcome. Please come in every Sunday at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. We are here live every weekend. We are the opportunity. Here's the deal. That is such an amazing song to end on. And not to be like super ratified, this and that, but that's what we're here for. We are here for America's man. We are here for America's woman. We are called We the People, the People's Patriot Project. And we just want to get back to base, back to center, back to realizing it's not hard to work together. It's not hard to go lay sod for your neighbor next door. It's not hard for you to offer up what you have extra of. It's not hard to do that stuff. That's what this is all about, the mission, the People's Patriot Project. We are the opportunity to serve. We are the opportunity to give those a chance who haven't had a chance to serve. Check us out, www.thepeoplespatriotproject.org. We're everywhere on social media. Have conversations. Be part of the open collaboration we insist in being. That's what we do. And we are looking to make a difference and save lives while we're doing it. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Aaron, for being here. Thank you, Chris, for being here. Hang tight for a couple minutes here. We'll get the show shut down. And if anyone's interested, we do have a couple of people in the peanut gallery.
Nope.
In the foxhole.
No
in the
offense.
foxhole. Yeah, no. That's I love it.
The curmudgeons in the gallery.
Absolutely. And what a blessing to have you guys on here. And we do honestly believe there's always a reason why things line up the way they do. It's been a blessing. The message has been awesome. And Patriot Pride.
Yeah, thank you all very much for having me on here, the opportunity. And Chris, thank you so much, dude. A website's coming together. It looks banging. It looks awesome, dude. If you get a chance, not to get on the soapbox too much, if you like what you hear, every social media platform that I have set up right now is Aaron Curtis Owen, and even AaronCurtisOwen.com that Chris is launching for me is I've got everything, using my first name, my middle name, and my last name. So I ain't got nothing to hide. I am who I am. You get what you get. And if you like what you hear, and I would love to get feedback, I'm pretty good at responding to people. Facebook, Instagram, whatever it might be, YouTube, Aaron Curtis Owen and AaronCurtisOwen.com, which is what Chris is launching for me. So I really appreciate the opportunity to come on here. It was amazing.
Absolutely.
I appreciate what y'all do, even outside the podcast. I'm new to the Patriot Project as far as the family and what y'all stand for, but I like what I see, and it really meant a lot to me to get the opportunity to come on here and play for y'all. So thank you very much.
You've been a blessing, brother. Big things are coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Just you, Patriot Pride.